Welcome everyone to vlog number 2. I've just finished taking NVMe 7 and I am going for a drive to get myself a well-deserved snack. So I'll take you along with me to Wawa. I grew up in New Jersey where Wawa wasn't a thing. Well, North Jersey. So I'm actually really excited that where we live now it's very, very common. And I'm gonna get myself a dinner and a snack. So let's see what they have. Hi everyone and welcome back to vlog number 2. I'm taking my mom's dog Eleanor for a walk just to get out of the house a little bit and also because she's incredibly cute. So in today's vlog I want to talk about 3 main things that have been happening since we last spoke. Of course, Eleanor, good girl, good business Eleanor, come on, that's a good puppy. She's about 14 and she was training to be a service dog, but unfortunately she failed, so now we adopted her. So, since we last spoke, there have been some interesting things that happened. I took the OET on July 9th and I have no idea how it went, but I will get my score in about 2 weeks and then I'll be able to tell you guys if the way I prepared was good. Overall, it felt very doable. The staff was really nice. Everything was well organized, so honestly no complaints in that regard. But I'll be pretty sad if I fail. So I'll hold off on all the advice until we actually get the score. So then the other thing that I wanted to talk about is ECFMG. So I don't know what stage of the process you guys are in. No barking, Eleanor. But I'm still waiting for my step 2 permit in order to take CK before the end of the summer. Now, I was originally planning to take it at the end of July so that I would have the chance to do a rotation in all of August. Unfortunately, that doesn't seem like it's going to happen because the way it looks right now is that it's going to take another few weeks for my permit to come through. So if you're also waiting for stuff on ECFMG to get done, I highly recommend giving them a call and checking on your progress, because for me, the way it happened was it turned out I hadn't submitted paperwork that I hadn't known that I needed to submit. This is where we came from, and this is where we're going, right, Eleanor? So anyway, if you're waiting on stuff from ECFMG, definitely go and give them a call and make sure everything's working just fine, because for me it turned out that it wasn't, and now here we are a few weeks later and I'm still waiting. That being said, as summer's coming up, I'm really excited to work on other aspects of my application, and the main one, the one that I really want to start thinking about doing, is the list of programs. Now, I don't know what you're applying into. I'm going into emergency medicine, and the last time I checked, there were about 267 programs, which means that I need to decide how many and which ones I wanted to apply to. And there's a few different ways I was thinking of doing that, and if you guys have ways that you're doing that, I'd love to hear it. But definitely one of the things I will be using is the Match a Resident list. So I don't know if you've seen their platform, but for each specialty they actually came out with a list of all of the residencies with up-to-date information, and also ways to kind of gauge how well you would fit into that particular program. So for instance, you put in your step scores, you put in whether you need a visa or not, whether you're ECFMG certified or not, and then based on that you'd be able to kind of get a list of all the programs that you're eligible for. So we'll look at that more when it actually comes time for me to put together my list, but if you're already at that part, because you don't have to worry about step 2 like me, then that's definitely something to take a look at. Alrighty, turning around. So I want to talk a little bit about OET. I consider myself a native speaker, and so that means that mainly I just use the resources available to us from the OET website itself, and I spent most of my energy focused on the writing portion because that's what I'd heard the people who were native speakers had the biggest problems with. So if you're taking the OET and you are a native speaker, I definitely recommend looking at the webinars that OET has. They're live, but they're also recorded for anyone who misses the live version. It's called OET Writing Prep for Native Speakers, or OET Speaking Prep for Native Speakers, so on and so forth. I thought those were helpful because they gave you a good idea of what you needed to do if you were already a native speaker. But even if you're not a native speaker, their YouTube channel has a ton of excellent information. So I highly, highly recommend using that. All right, good girl, Eleanor, come on. No sniffing stuff. Oh, she really is very, very cute. This is her third walk of the day. I'm using her a little bit as companionship for this walk of mine, but she actually doesn't need the exercise because she's already been out so much. But anyway, and then the third thing I wanted to talk to you about was step 2. So I don't know if you're still studying for step 2 like I am, but if you are, I'd love to hear from you to see what you're doing in your last few weeks of prep. I don't know when my exam is going to be since I'm still waiting on my permit, so it's been a little bit hard to, bugs everywhere. It's been a little bit hard to kind of focus in on those last few weeks, but I really want to hear from you guys and figure out exactly what it is that you recommend doing in the last few weeks of prep and see if I can kind of integrate those into my own studying when it gets time for me to, figure out my test date. So anyway, that's about it for today's update. I really hope to hear from you guys. I want to know who's applying this year and what they're applying into. And then I guess I'll see you guys in the next update when I will hopefully be doing my observership from a different state, so you'll see a different area around me, and I can't wait to take you guys along with me on that as well. And of course, we'll start preparing our ERAS profiles going forward. So have a great day, and thank you so much for watching.